Days of Our Lives week of July 14th preview Ari and Holly's kidnapping chaos. EJ's total recall mission. Days of Our Lives Gabby and Tony's attractive scheme to seize DiMera. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers exercise videotape for the week of July 14th to 18th reveals that Ariana, Ari, Horton, and Holly Jonas have some hijacking chaos ahead of them. EJ DiMera will also be on a total recall charge, so let's talk about what's coming up in Salem. Days of Our Lives' promo kicks off with EJ averring that the key to exculpating Johnny DiMera is simply recalling what happened. Since EJ is still dealing with a memory block, Days spoilers say Belle Black will have an idea that might help. Could EJ suffer hypnotism and try to bring back his recollections from the night of the firing? At the DiMera manse, Gwen von Leuschner will spend some time catching up with Kristen DiMera over drinks. Kristen will be surprised over the news that Gwen is technically still wedded to Dimitri von Leuschner. After Kristen says she assumed Dimitri would have separated Gwen after getting out of captivity, Gwen will contend she's still Dimitri's woman and has access to that massive fortune. Over with Sarah Horton Kyriakis, she'll strike back against Xander Kyriakis and refuse to let him have all the control. Xander lately swiped Victoria Kyriakis from the Kyriakis manse, but Sarah won't stand for that. After Sarah vows to fight Xander, he'll advise that it'll end up being the worst mistake she ever made. Sarah will ask if that's a trouble, but she should know by now that much everything Xander says qualifies as one. Other Days spoilers say Richie Dominic, who's one of the lone wolf mugs, will kidnap Holly and Ari. While holding them at gunpoint, Richie will toss Ari and Holly into prison together. Holly will snappily realize this is passing because of Doug Williams III debt, so she'll wonder what'll be if he doesn't have the plutocrat. Also effects are gonna get complicated. Richie warns while holding a gun and wearing a ski mask in Days' daily exercise videotape. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Ari and Holly will worry they won't make it out of this mess alive, so stay tuned for updates on all the dangerous mayhem. Days of Our Lives Gabby and Tony's attractive scheme to seize DiMera. Days of Our Lives sees Gabby Hernandez and Tony DiMera are just about to launch a big plan to take back the family business. And it all centers on a sinkhole scheme. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to lay it out for you while I give you these spoilers. We're going to talk about why Gabby and Tony are the stylish bones to get DiMera Enterprises out of Kyriakis' hands. Days of Our Lives Gabby's risky plan to reclaim Gabby Sharp. So, if you have been keeping up with Moments occurrences, and I know some of you do and some of you don't, you just hear then, which thank you. You know by now that Gabby is super stressed out that Gabby Chic is under the Titan marquee of companies and that she's under Xander and Philip Kyriakis' thumb. She has tried several effects to wriggle her fashion and life brand down from Xander and Philip, but nothing works so far. She talked to Alex Kyriakis. She's talked to Brady Black. She's tried different effects. Tony DiMera's strategy, saving DiMera Enterprises from chaos. And you might have seen that Tony really wants to get control of his father's heritage back down from the Kyriakis. But at the same time, I suppose that he's doubtful that his family EJ DiMera is the stylish one to involve in this, because Tony wants the family business to be legal. And EJ wants it to be business as usual, but with Johnny DiMera as CEO. And we know business as usual is dodgy. So right now, while EJ is distracted, manipulating Belle Black with edited videotape footage and getting Johnny off on murder charges by any means necessary, I suppose Tony is going to take a completely different approach to saving DiMera Enterprises while EJ is busy away. Fighting fire with arson Gabby and Tony's explosive strategy. So, in the summer promo, Gabby and Tony are talking at the DiMera manse. And she talks about fighting fire with fire, which is of course an age-old commonplace. But also Tony flips it on the observance and tells Gabby, no, they're gonna fight fire with wildfire. As in, Tony wants him and Gabby to burn down the Kyriakis. Not fighting fire with fire. He wants to put accelerant on it and just really blow it up. Targeting the Kyriakis sisters Xander and Philip in the crosshairs on Days of Our Lives. So, specifically, Tony is cooking up a scheme with Gabby to target the Kyriakis sisters, Xander and Philip. Those two have formerly had a lot of problems formerly because Xander set up Philip prevaricated and stole part of his heritage, and also Xander beat him nearly to death, and also Sarah Horton ditched Xander, and he was arrested, and he was released because Philip is covering for him. So actually, it's a total chaotic mess at the House of Kyriakis, and Philip and Xander are still at odds, but they're determined to make a success of Titan Dimera, but they're at each other's throats. It's just veritably problematic. Gabi's honeypot scheme seducing Xander and Philip on Days of Our Lives. It looks like Gabi is going to try to take everything down from them. She's going to go each in on Tony's plan, and she's toying with hunky Philip and hunky Xander to ruin them, conceivably ruin their lives to get her fashion brand back under her own control and help Tony get Dimera back. So Gabi is soon locking lips with both Xander and Philip. She's going to be bending one family against the other. That's all part of her and Tony's game plan. The sisters are formerly shaky, and also Tony's got Gabi as his secret armament. Titan Dimera's fragile state blackmail and tension. Xander and Philip used EJ's shooting if you do and flashback and Kristen Dimera's issues keeping control of the company and her own sketchy background to move Li Xin on the board that he should let Titan Diligence take over Dimera. And that included its attachment, Gabi Chic. They gave him a big incitement, but now Li Xin is a little upset. Effects have been great at Titan Dimera. Not since Xander demurred Phillips, and nearly killed him. And now Xander and Philip are kind of mutually blackmailing each other. So effects are fragile. Alex is feeling the pressure. Johnny is feeling it as the newest hand. As I said, it's a big mess. Tony's vision rehabilitating the Dimera legacy. But now we've got Tony back in Salem with a further position head. Still a devious Dimera, but he's trying to do the right thing by the family. He wants what rightfully belongs to the Dimeras. Now, Tony doesn't love that Dimera Enterprises was a front for a bunch of felonious conditioning over the times. You know, their pater, the late great unrighteous Stefano Dimera, was a villain. He was a miscreant. So, Tony wants it back, but he wants to fix that image. So, I'm curious to see if Gabi drops by to conspire with Tony, or he invites Gabi over to test the waters. Tony may have heard that Gabi's veritably displeased with what went down and thinks that she might be the person to help him master Xander and Philip. Decrypting the promo Gabi's kisses and Sarah's response. So Tony and Gabi plan to pour gasoline on the dumpster fire that these siblings have going, you know. And we actually had to break and look at the new big super promo about 4 times to see Philip with Gabi because they were in this little vertical bar, and they were getting vertical, but it was you had to kind of break it to look at the cheekbones because Philip and Xander both have these veritably dramatic cheekbones, and you know they do look a lot likewise, but when you're looking at them in profile, so we ran that back several times. We're like, okay, yeah, it's both sisters. And looks like with Philip, she may be doing further than just locking lips. As for Gabi and Xander, they're at the Boyd. Gabi pulls him in for a kiss right in front of Sarah and Brady. And I'm curious to find out if Gabi knew that Sarah and Brady were going to be there, and she set this up on purpose on Days of Our Lives. Sarah sees Xander kissing Gabi, and also Sarah decides to kiss Brady in front of Xander, who also decides to punch Brady. Easily, that Titan HR Wrathfulness Operation course is having the willed effect. Or perhaps Xander dumped, and no way, when indeed, though Philip told him to go get some help with his wrathfulness issues. Honeypot dynamics, will Philip fall for Gabi? And someday suckers are actually wondering if Philip and Gabi are going to fall for each other during the sinkhole plot. And if you've not heard that expression before, a sinkhole, occasionally it's also called a honey trap. It's generally in like secret agents, asset flicks, and real life as well. It's when generally a womanish agent is working undercover using or love to compromise the person or persons they're targeting to take them down, or get information out of them, or, weaken them in some way. So, I do suppose Philip is far more likely to fall for a sinkhole than Xander, because Sarah still has Xander's heart. But Philip is single. He's no way dated Gabi ahead, and she's incontrovertibly gorgeous. And she ditched Jack Jr. Devereaux after he indicted her of shooting EJ, although JJ had good reason. So she's single, too. And in the end, Gabi and Tony could win back Dimera, but Philip could win the girl. Still, if he finds out Gabi was honey enmeshing him, he might be angry. Perhaps, also again, Philip's a schemer, too. So, I don't know if he'd actually hold it against her at all or for too long. He might just be too happy to have a woman in his life like her. Days of Our Lives, the ultimate showdown, Dimara versus Kyriakis. So, dispensable to say, I don't know about you guys, but I'm super augmented to see Gabby and Tony fight fire with wildfire and Hole Xander and Philip against each other. We're going to see if the sisters win, or if the ex-in-laws are going to pull off a big scheme, rip piecemeal this Titan Dimara junction, and bring Dimara back home to the family. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.